earn, they keep.
Maybe somebody feel like they earn, they keep, Scorpio, or you have. Somebody's thinking about turning around. Testing 1, 2.
Somebody's thinking about turning around.
And but they wonder what tomorrow brings. How do you feel about this person? All right. Whoever this is, Scorpio, you you worry about getting started with this person or sleeping with this person, or I feel like this person brought you up only to let you down. Is how you feel about this person. But I'm not seeing you bent out of shape or, you know, nothing like that. I'm just seeing you not feel confident about them. This person is a very attractive. Okay, it's like kind of it pulls you in. Okay. They don't even have to be the prettiest or the most handsome. It's just something about them that's like, huh, something in the eyes. They got this thing. Okay, it's very charming. The way this person feels about you is that they're not talking to you because they're focused on their work and not being in a relationship right now. This person could be trying to save money. They feel like they took a chance with you and things failed and they struggle with that. Like it gives them a lot of anxiety. But they see or they saw that it was because of their own demons, whatever depression they were dealing with, addictions, whatever their it's a shadowy side of theirs. This is someone who is like, I'm gonna leave you alone because I already know what time it is. And they know that they don't know when that either will be over or it could be getting worse, or somebody knows how bad something is when it come to them. Okay. I got Pisces, Capricorn, energy, Cancer. They know. And it's like how do they feel about you? They feel like they're trying to warn you about them. Okay. They feel like they don't have enough they can't be who you need them to be, period. That's what they know. That's what they feel about you. Your advice is to walk away. 8 of Cups, Temperance, 10 of Wands. Unless you want your life to become very difficult. This is like, if I tell you, baby, I'm trouble. Very attractive trouble. And you're like, no, I can fix it. No, you can't. No, you can't. This person is telling you, I'm not the one, baby. And what you need to take with you, Scorpio, is a closed door is a good door. Closed door is an invitation to move through an even better door. Okay? Don't be afraid to change course because you have been warned by somebody, okay? You have been warned. They not a good, no. Somebody could have really put you on your head, or something that you've been going through could have really put you on your head. Someone that you were dealing with that wasn't changing. It could have really put you in a place where it's like, damn, kind of creating these negative narratives in your mind. Because it's like, I'm still interested, but I'm not getting what I need, what I want. I don't want to fight for this. I don't want to talk. It's not working. But I still find myself not doing anything about it, or continuing to be interested in this, or would anyone like to moderate? I'll tell you what we're not going to do tonight. If you're going to make up any stories in your head, thank you, Enigma. If you're going to make up any stories in your head, it might as well be stories that have very happy endings for you. I have been, like, when I wake up, I'm working on making this daily to meditate, to be quiet. And before I grab my phone, before I do anything, just try not to fall back asleep. Close your eyes. Breathe. See what comes up. It's going to be a lot of random scattered thoughts at first. It's going to be uncomfortable. You might cry. Like, I cried like really hard the first time. Because it really, like, once the scattered thoughts stopped, I was laying in Sabasana, what is it called? Sabasana? And feeling my body and all of that. And my mind started going back to these places. I'm like, damn, how I even remember that? And some really difficult stuff came up, the crying, all that kind of stuff. But I noticed the day went a lot different after that release, after, I don't know. So maybe that's something that you should start trying, because in the end of the meditation, I focused on the life that I want to have. Like, how does it feel there? What is it like? What kind of food do I eat? What is my schedule like? What do I look like? What are the things that I have? Where do I live? What kind of car do I drive? Things like that. And it took my mind off of the hurt that I was experiencing. So this is something, maybe you are creating like this step. I'm hearing 7-step program to your happily ever after. And it's gonna start with you focusing on what can go right in your life, imagining the best case scenarios versus the other. You got to feel better if you want to get to the goal. You have to feel better. It's kind of like, you know, depression and all those things. It puts us on the bench, and you're like, put me in the game, and it's like, I can't put you in the game as long as you're injured. So it's for more reasons than, it's not that we don't want you to play. It's something like that, we got money on the line too. Something like that is here. But you got to feel better. So that's the first step, Scorpio. It's been a lot of stress going on. Yeah. A lot of thoughts. It's like you gotta quiet the thoughts, quiet the noise. Get into the silence for a minute. Y'all could be like really just trying to keep yourself busy, and sometimes less is more. It really is. And you could be stressing yourself trying to get a lot of things done, and really you need to sit back so that you can kind of zoom out, get some perspective, release some things, see what it is that's stressing you like this. What is it that's stressing you like this, Scorpio? Some failures, things that you may be tied to financially, ways that you run out, either somebody that ran out on you, or ways that you run out or kind of escape responsibility. Either somebody did this to you or you did this to them. But it's like these are the things that are on your mind. You could have some of y'all could be men, and maybe you're thinking about it's like, okay, I made this investment. This has become very heavy, but it's also put me in a position of power. This thing over here failed. I'm saying y'all got a past relationship that didn't work out, and you think about that. It's heartbreak. You hide this. And then you could have kids with somebody. You struggle with a connection that you still care about somebody. You still heartbroken about this. You deny this, Scorpio. It's like someone's still an option in your mind. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. But if this is you and you're the masculine energy that I'm talking to, you may have. I'm not saying that you stepped out with this person, but there could have been like a point where you kind of dropped the ball. And you think about that, and we're not gonna stay there. But I just think there's been a lot of thoughts in your mind. I'm just getting like a lack of commitment in a family structure. You look at your mistakes, and then you try not to think about your mistakes at all. And but it's all kind of adding to this stress. So it's like, well, you can not look at it, but it's not you're not unaffected by it. So we got to find something else to do. We got to find another solution because it's not going away because you're not looking at it. So what do you need to do? That's why we keep coming back to this meditation. You could have a mentor. This could be at your job. Something could lead you to healing and another bag. And you may want to look into that. Some of y'all music could be very significant. Some of y'all, there's a job opportunity that you could be afraid to take this on. I'm telling you, there's healing that comes with an opportunity. What are you afraid of, Scorpio? Are you afraid of things to change? Are you afraid of success? Some of y'all may be afraid of the spotlight in some kind of way, or just what it means for things to change. I'm not seeing a bad change for you. But what are you afraid is going to happen? Like, there's something that's keeping you. It could mean packing up from wherever you are, because there's someone who's been doing something for much longer than you, much longer than you. And they could really be in your corner. And they could, if this is about putting yourself out there into the world, they got the world for you. They can connect you with the world. Something is nothing for somebody. They could be across the world, but I'm just getting that somebody would really stand in for you. Okay. Happiness is also on the other side of this, like feeling content. Um, if you feel like you would be taking from somebody, again, somebody's been doing something for a long time, or it's something like that. I heard more than willing. Somebody would be. This is somebody who's done well in their life, or they're content with something about them. You would be a happy distraction for somebody, actually. This person never lost. This person could be dealing with something themselves that um it's almost like you and someone could be pretty cataclysmic in each other's lives. It kind of separates you both from something by you two coming together kind of gets you out of the way of some other shit. It could just be like a wealth of knowledge. If this person doesn't live far from you or be older than you, it's something that they have that's an advantage. But this person could be lonely. Like this could be somebody who has a lot of money and nobody to spend it on, or nobody to spend time with, or they have a lot of things that they going through the same shit you going through, or they've been through it, and they would love your company. Like if you wouldn't be a burden. You need to know that you would not be a burden to someone. They understand. They know. They understand. And I feel like they would be there for you, and they'll be more than happy to be there for you. Because you got somebody in your life that's kind of fueled by drama, and it's like, no. There could be a barrier. There's been a barrier, big one. It's like you feel rooted to it. Something may have felt like an asset, and now it's starting to feel like a liability, like you feel stuck in obligations or something like that. It's like a lot of roots. And you feel like, damn, I've built this would be a company that you've built, and you're like, fuck. Like, look at what I did. How do I get out of it? It's something like that. I'm getting y'all having like a Dave Chappelle moment. And it's like, I've done this thing. And it's great. I did that. Like the Chappelle show was top notch. Okay. The beginning of so many things. But you did that. Your footprints there is cool. If you decide to run off to Africa for a while, disappear, because there were also a lot of things that went down when it came to the Chappelle show that made him run away. Okay. And people thought he was crazy for walking away from something that has so many roots. And he came back. And by the time the world see him and see how things are going, they're like, oh, it's a clone. Oh, it's this. Oh, he's gained so much weight. He looks healthier. It must not be him. No, he left the bullshit. That's what he did. He left the bullshit. He went over to Africa where they eating good, baby. Have you seen them? They different. They different from us. They're different from us. You see the ones that didn't cross through, that they were born there, where they were raised there, their bodies are different. They eating, baby. It's sitting different in Africa. That's why he came back looking like he was ready for a Marvel movie. Okay, that sun hit him and energized him, but he's back. So some of y'all may need that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying run off to Africa, but if you can, shit, Ghana's taking us. I mean, how could it hurt? It probably couldn't hurt, you know? But if you have an opportunity to go do something, and you may have somebody who is more than willing, and they may need some rescuing their damn self. Oh, it's hit different. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. And you see it, the skin. And the first time I landed in Africa and the plane door opened and I felt that heat, I said, this is the first time I've really felt alive. The way it wasn't really the excitement of going to Africa. It was, whoa, is that what the sun feel like for real? No wonder everybody over here happy and smiling and shit. When you see people like, and maybe Africa, all Africa is not poor. But when you do see those clips of, the poorer parts of Africa, they still smiling because they got the sun. Have you ever seen some of these other countries that don't get a lot of sun? Everybody's, you know. So that may be a change that you need, Scorpio. It might not be a bad idea if you have the opportunity. This could just be getting out more in nature or something that you're looking deeply into. You could be looking deeply into what is the purpose of relationships in the first place. And I feel like that's not a bad it's not a bad place to be. You may feel like you've made a lot of mistakes in love, but you still feel hopeful, or maybe you feel like you should just be friends with. I don't know. I do feel like you're still hopeful, but you could be looking for the deeper meaning because you may feel, is this you? Or you may feel like you've attracted a lot of the wrong types, or that you have been the one that has kind of messed up a little bit in love. Some things are just best to be let go of. You don't have to understand every little thing. It's just not the final exams or anything like that. You don't have to cram and study and, I have to move on with my life. Some of y'all may want to like rush into moving on with your life. All you got to do is let go. All you got to do is let go of what you did, of what they did, of what everybody did. Everybody did it. And moving forward, just treat the people that you love with the respect. Treat the people that you love with respect, and you'll find that your relationships become a lot stronger. Like, stop giving to the old way, the old people, the old, pretty much, and honor yourself and honor what's left and then what's to come. Sometimes you do mess up and then you just got to start over. You just got to start over. Did I say something about starting over? Some of y'all may be learning to love more tenderly, but I feel like you're also going to love it. You're going to love loving more tenderly. And it could start with someone that you are friends with at first. Definitely a lot about friendship in your reading. Very shy, tender-hearted person. Is this you or them? I feel like somebody is so breath of fresh air, rosy. They can have like light colored hair, gentle. Is this you? Is this who you're becoming? Is this y'all? Yeah, the Empress. Don't let this scare you off. This is somebody who will pull you in, but they're also not going to like force you to stay there. This is a very gentle person. I feel like both of y'all this way, but insecurities and lies, and make sure you're ready for this, or they need to make sure they're ready or make sure both of y'all are ready. They try not to they do the same when it comes to their past. They do the same thing that you do, with kind of like, it's not there. They haven't necessarily moved on. They kind of worked and threw themselves into their career, and they did that too. They still have insecurities about it, but this person is vibrating in a very, they know, I think what they learned from it is like they have insecurities and stuff, but what they learned is how to conserve their energy, because this is somebody who has a very, this could be you too, but they have a very like, oof, if you get this person to love you, you gonna feel so kept. Whether this is a man or a woman. What's your advice when it comes to them? Let go of the past. Like really just embrace the new. Embrace, like, be present. I told Virgo earlier, really ground yourself in the moment. Somebody is like Oscar worthy. I don't know if that's you or I don't know. Somebody's name could be Oscar. But this could be somebody who's in the arts in some way as well. Y'all are going to be friends first. This is a platonic. This could be somebody who even y'all tried to have a run and it didn't work out. This could be somebody that either you decide to be their friend or they decide to be y'all's friend, because it's a miss. Something missed. It's like, okay, you still living a life that I can't get with. Like, this is somebody who will turn you down or you'll turn them down at first. This is somebody who's very grounded that I'm picking up on. Could be you, other way around. Take how it resonate. This is somebody who's like, if it's not real, I don't want it. I'm good. This is somebody who's like very kind-hearted, true, pure. They don't focus on traitors. They don't deal with traitors. Once they find out you're a traitor, they trade you. They trade you in. Whoever I'm picking up on right here is don't mind starting over at all. Is this the person that don't mind taking you into? I mean, not saying you need a place to stay, but like they don't mind being there for you. Is this that person? Yeah. This is like, this person is cool and a fan, okay? Cool, like a glass of lemonade on a hot Louisiana day, sitting on the front porch with a J in the shade. One of them little fans. I don't know. It's something so sultry about this energy. And I feel like this could really be something that develops into a very mature relationship. But one of y'all got to let it go. That's it. Like, you could be a very innocent soul who may have had a bad run or two, and it could have turned you kind of cold, Scorpio. Or like maybe you are kind of inexperienced in love because you was like, ooh, that hurt, and you went into your shell and never came back out. I don't feel like you have bad intentions though. And there's someone who's coming along who it's gonna make you open up to cherish. You could be so rooted, and there's somebody who's only rooted in what serves them, quite literally. And because of that, it's like an MVP members only type of thing. It's a very exclusive to get into this person's energy for real. But this is somebody who will teach you how to cherish. Because this is, you could be a type of person that has kind of spread yourself thin, rooted yourself in different places for the better, for the good of all, or something like that. This is somebody who's like, for the good of me. And y'all could learn something from each other, to be honest. But this is somebody who has a wealth of knowledge, love, compassion, respect to share with you, that y'all may need to have a moment where y'all kind of reconnect. It could be somebody you know already, because they understand you. I feel like y'all admire each other for different reasons, but what's your advice finally here? Ten of Swords, Magician. If it didn't work, fuck it. I know, easier said than done, but it's really given like let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Mm. This new love will make it better. Who said something about Erica Badu? Is that it, Scorpio? I didn't do all signs for Virgo. Should I do all signs for y'all since y'all so short? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe that's not what this is about this time around. But I do love y'all, and I hope this helped y'all. And I'm wishing y'all the best. Like, share, and subscribe if this resonated. And I will see you guys soon.